Hi, my name is Daniela Rudoff, and I'm here to talk today about people getting discouraged with dating specifically. And I'm going to relate it also to anything in life. I mean, we can all get discouraged with anything. So, of course, I do believe that a person meeting their mate, their soulmate, is really probably one of the most difficult challenges, and that's why I spend so much time working with people to matchmake them with their spouse, and it's always so inspiring and exciting when I'm able to match a couple and that they're just so happy meeting each other and living their lives together. But aspect of this is, what do you do if you're getting discouraged? And it's a question that comes to me very, very often. And I like to look back at my dating, what I was like, and I remember my mindset, and this goes back a lot of time. We're married, thank God, 30 years. And I have been setting people up since 2012. So my experience really is something that I think was just very smart at that age that I was at. And, it's just like, people want everything perfect when they are dating. They want the checklist, to be filled exactly, and their expectation level is exactly that. And I think that when I was being set up, we didn't have WhatsApp, we didn't have Facebook messaging, we didn't have pictures being sent, and I do believe in sending pictures today. However, the way I think my mindset was then is something that can help you now. My mindset then was, my friend would make a suggestion, whoever it was. I was, didn't ask too many questions. I just said, wow, thank you so much for thinking of me. And I didn't say no, that seems to be a line that people say, thank you so much for thinking of me, but it's not my look, or but it doesn't seem like a good fit for me, whatever. Fine, so let's change that a little bit. Wow. Thank you so much for thinking of me. It must be that you thought of me for a reason, and I'm just going to say thank you. Yes, I would like to meet this person. Now, why is that so important? Why is that, a good idea? Now, I'm not saying for the totally, not relevant ideas, but the ones that are almost relevant, or obviously the ones that are relevant, because Hashem put this idea in someone's mind for a reason, perhaps, or at least with me, when I'm setting people up, I try for it to be a really good idea. But the concept is, Hashem put this idea in someone's mind. God put this idea in someone's mind, and you say thank you, and you go out with the person, whether it's an on-point idea or not, with the mindset of neutral expectations breed high results. Now, what does that mean? That if I go in not knowing if this is going to work, but I'm going there to meet a nice person, I'm going there to meet somebody that someone else thought of me, and then my high result is either I'm not going in there to just to meet the person who's going to be my spouse forever. I'm going there just to meet a nice person. Someone set me up to go out with them, and let's see what happens. And then my high result is that I met a nice person. This person is a nice person, and great, thank you. I'm so grateful to meet somebody nice. Now, the other high result could be you had a great time. You had a nice time, because you're not in this high expectation level thinking this is going to be your spouse. And then if it's not exactly everything you envisioned, then you already are at it down right at the beginning of the conversation, and then not wanting to really have a nice time with this person. So ultimately, what I would suggest is to go into this not thinking that this is your spouse, but go into it, it could be, I hope it is, but go into it just wanting to meet somebody nice. And then, if it doesn't work that you have a nice time enough to go on another date, then at least you met a nice person. That's a high result. Another high result could be you had a really nice time and want to go on another date. This changes how we recover from the date as well. When we recover from the date and we're at a neutral expectation, and it breeds a high result. So we are recovering with, it was just a nice date, but I don't want to go out again. You're still at a high. Or, wow, I had a really nice time, I want to go out again, so that's at a high. But if someone goes in with a high expectation, and then it was a low result, they fall much further. So then they have to pick themselves up again, and that could take time. So my approach at that age when I was dating was, wow, thank you so much for setting me up with this person. It was great. I want to go out again. Or, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Even when I really, really was a little upset if the person wasn't a good idea. But I was like, wow, someone thought of me. I'm so appreciative that someone thought of me. And that's part of the process. And it's okay to go out again. But what's happening is you're going to be at more of a neutral expectations breed high results stage, and you'll be able to bring in who your real spouse is because you'll be in a high energy, high vibration. You'll be able to recover from a low, instead of being at a low result and discouraged, you're going to be at a high result. And you're going to be in a good state of mind to be able to bring in the right person for you energetically, and your mind, your body, your mental state, your emotional state will be at a much higher level, and then be able to bring the right person for you. If it's always in a down, negative space, then why would your amazing spouse want to come towards you energetically? It just doesn't work. So we have to do things in our lives that are right here in front of us today, that are learning how to use our mindset and how to approach dating in a positive way that will bring in your spouse to you at the right time, in the Hashem timing, the God timing, the time that He wants us to meet. But we both have to be at a certain point in our mindsets to be able to meet. And in terms of the expectation level, when you meet the person, you're going to understand that this is a good fit. You're going to feel comfortable. You're going to feel confident. But we have to do those things in advance to be able to get our best results, even from a date that's not for you. But at least you've gone through the process in a positive, healthy manner. Okay, hopefully this is helpful to you, and happy dating.